Hello and welcome to lesson 8 of the Learn Persian with Chai and Conversation reading and writing program. So for today's lesson, we're going to focus again on another vowel, and today's vowel is the vowel E. So E has a very interesting shape when it is a Bozorg version. So that's E Bozorg. And when it's the Kuchik version, it looks like a lot of the other letters that we know, like be and te, but it has 2 dots below it instead of the be has 1 dot below it, te has 2 dots above it. This one, 2 dots below, you know that it's an E, or this letter is called ye, and it's the last letter of the alphabet. So like we did last time, we are going to go over some of the consonants that we've learned, and we are going to combine them with our vowel E. So first, this consonant is called the de. This one, re. And again, y'all should know this very well by now. This one is me. I'm going to put some tape on my paper. Looks like it's falling off. And last, this is our newest consonant, is se. So a lot of times you'll see Persian writing and you'll just see a lot of squiggles. Now you know what those squiggles are. A lot of times it's that se. So now again, let's combine it with our one vowel that we are focusing on in this nice and slow lesson. A de with the E is di. A re with an E is ri. A me with an E, mi. And a se with an E is si. So now let's go over some words using these combinations. So a de with an E and a re at the end becomes dir. So this is di, this is dir. It changes shape because it comes in the middle of the word now. So it looks like this. It looks very different, obviously, in the middle of the word than it does when it's at the end. So same concept, a re with an E. Up here was ri, that was the Bozorg version. Now we're using the Kuchik version because we're gonna put a ze after it. That becomes riz. So these are real words. Riz means tiny, dir means late. Let's do another real word and let's see that E as it shows up in the middle. A me, an E, and a ze becomes mis. And that might sound familiar to you. Mesa is a table in Spanish. Mis, table in Persian. And you can see when I was writing this word, I went down, up, and then you keep your hand on the page. You keep your pen on the paper when you're writing this word, so you don't lift it up. You go up, down. So if I'm going to write this again with all one, it'd be like that. So mis, table. Next, again, similarly, you keep your pen on the page, go up, down. Oops, I would use this. And this is se, yi, ze becomes sees. That's not a real word, just a made up word, sees. So again, let's go over all of these together. This is our vowel. It's I. This is I bozorg, I kuchik. These are our consonants, which you should know very well by now. This is de. This one, re. This one, me. And last, our newest consonant, se. When we combine them with our E, it becomes D. And because we're terminating at that letter, it becomes the ye bozorg. So anytime the ye shows up at the end of a word, it looks like that. Next, re with an E becomes ri. And me with the E becomes mi. And the se with an E becomes si. Next, we have dir, and that means late. Next, riz. Next, mis. Next, sees. So those are our words using our E. Now we are going to practice a few different words using our E sound again, using our E vowel. And watch how I'm doing this. Now we're getting into lots of squiggles. So you're going to watch me, and when you're practicing, do the same. So this is our se, and it has an a above it, so it becomes sa, be, ze, and e becomes sabzi. And that is the word for greens. So korme sabzi, you might know, is a really popular Persian dish. It means it's gourmet greens, korme sabzi. Next we have pe, I, a, and ze, and this is piyaz. So this is a combination of I and a, so two vowel sounds next to each other. So piyaz, and this is the word for onion. Next, let's practice that ye coming at the end. So this is a, be, ye, abi, and that is the word for blue. Okay, so now let's practice a sentence, writing a whole sentence out using our vowel of the day. Okay, so an a with a b is ob, and this is a vowel that we haven't focused on yet, but you should know if an accent comes below a word, it becomes ab. Ab, de, re, ye, a becomes darya. So ab, darya, and darya is the word for ocean. This is a word that we've gone over right here, abi. Abi means blue. So abi actually comes from the word ab, which means water. So abi, blue, the color of water, abi. And our last word in this sentence, we've covered in the last two lessons, is asked, is. So Abe darya, abi asked. The water of the ocean, blue is. So the water of the ocean is blue. So again, in this sentence, you can see two different ways that E is written. Küçük and bozorg, depending on where it comes in the sentence. Next, let's look at two more words that I wanted to cover because they have both versions of E in them. And again, watch how I'm writing this, how my pencil goes up and down. You don't lift your pen from the paper until you have to. So this is be, I, ne, I, bini. And that means nose, bini. And last word we're going to go over in this lesson is another double E word. And that is pe, I, re, I, piri, which means old. So old age, piri, oldness. So again, you can see two different ways that E is written. I küçük, I bozorg. When it's in the middle of the word, it's a küçük version, and when it comes at the end, it's a bozorg version. So again, let's go over all of these words and write them in phonetic English. So this is sabzi, meaning greens. Piyaz, meaning onion. Abi, meaning blue. We have our an accent that we haven't covered, but it's abi, darya, and this is something that we cover in the speaking lessons. When you want to connect two words, you use this to connect them. So abi, darya, the water of the ocean. So abi, darya, abi, darya, abi, asked. And as we've said over and over again, asked is not a word that you use in conversation. It's just in written Persian. And finally, we have these instances of two E's being used in one word. This is bini, nose, and piri, oldness. Piri. So there we have it, some different examples of the vowel E, which is all we're covering today in lesson 8, and see you next time on lesson 9 of the reading and writing program.
Thank you so much for watching the Learn Persian with Chai and Conversation reading and writing program. As I mentioned in the video, this video is just one part of the complete reading and writing system that we've created. And you can find all of our bonus materials, which include reading practices and writing practices, on our website. The link is below, chaiandconversation.com. In addition to our reading and writing program, we have a comprehensive conversational Persian course where we teach you how to speak conversational Persian the way actual Iranians do, not informal Persian that you read. And so that's available on the website, as well as our reading and writing program. So if you just go on there, you can see all the materials that we've created over the last 10 years, and hopefully we'll see you there.